We got Jack McMullen in the house from Just Baseball as he is back off his road trip and ready to deliver some interesting tidbits to us and some Major League Baseball. Of course, will be on play-by-play this weekend, Marlins and Rays. And let's check in with Jack and talk some Major League Baseball around the league. Jack, great to have you back here on the show. Big injury news yesterday and potentially altering the odds markets, of course, not just for the Yankees themselves, but also the American League MVP. You know, we're certainly going to find a new MVP, I think, awarded at the end of the year because Aaron Judge has an injury that they say is going to cost him 4 to 6 weeks. And you know as well as I know, that's what teams do. They put out the best case scenario initially. Now, obviously, nobody wants to even hear the words thoracic outlet surgery. But I know that he did see a doctor that has some expertise in that. Will go and give the Yankees the benefit of the doubt with this initially, Jack. But there was a lot of CT scans and a lot of medical updates before we even got this late yesterday.
Yeah, there was interesting reporting in regards to this, right? Because initially it was a bone bruise in his shoulder that he's been dealing with for a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden it was a top rib issue, and top rib is almost always related to thoracic outlet, right? So you hope that it's not that case. And it turns out it's just a stress fracture in his top rib. What is the correlation there with the shoulder? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. The big word here carrying a lot of weight from Brian Hoke is re-imaged in 4 to 6 weeks. So it seems like we could be looking at 2.5 months with Judge out of the Yankee lineup. And to your point, as it pertains to the AL MVP, we're going to have a new one. I think I saw, first time since 2020 that it won't be Ohtani or Judge in the American League MVP chair. So somebody else is going to win AL MVP. Is this finally the year that Bobby Witt Jr. gets his American League MVP? Julio Rodríguez is heating up earlier than he really ever has before. Is Julio going to be that guy if Seattle climbs to the top of the American League West and never looks back? There are plenty of other guys. Yordan Álvarez, how can he swing it? Ben Rice, can he carry the load? Nick Kurtz, is he going to be an on-base machine and hit 45 to 50 home runs this year? There are a whole bunch of guys that are in this conversation right now, and it's a wide open field. I'm not going to say it's fun because we are deprived of the best hitter in Major League Baseball, but it is different. It's unique to see a wide open MVP race. Honestly, over the last couple of years, I view the NL MVP as the Ohtani Invitational and the AL MVP as the Judge Invitational, and that's just not the case this year.
Yeah. Do you think, by the way, let's throw those odds back up there. Do you think, Jack, that the MVP, if it's not Ben Rice, comes from a team that loses 90 or 100 games? Because, man, there's a legit shot of that happening. If the Royals just play to their skis right now, they're probably not going to finish 500 or even close. I don't think the Astros are coming anywhere close. And dare I say, I mean, the A's at some point, I think, are going to fall back a little bit. I mean, Ben Rice is the only one out of these top 4 odds that could even be a 500 team this year. That's kind of crazy in June.
And that's why Julio sticks out like a sore thumb right there on the odds right now, because Seattle looks like a team that is going to be in position to make the postseason. But everybody loves the Bobby Witt Jr., Alex Rodriguez comps. This is another one right here, right? Where if Bobby Witt Jr. is on the outside of the postseason picture looking in and he's putting up A-Rod type of numbers in Kansas City, why couldn't you give it to him? A-Rod, when he signed that huge contract with Texas, he was the best player on a not very good team with the Texas Rangers. So the A-Rod comps are becoming uncanny for Bobby Witt Jr. at this point. But yeah, I mean, Bobby Witt is probably, and through the eyes of WAR, wins above replacement, he has been, the best player in baseball to this point. There is a world that happens. Yordan Álvarez, how much value does a DH have? Can a DH that doesn't even have the opportunity to pitch in Ohtani win an MVP? I have no idea. My eyes go to Bobby Witt at the top and then Julio Rodríguez as well.
I want to move to another awards race, guys. Let's do the National League Cy Young, because this is the most compelling race we've seen in a really long time in Major League Baseball, because you could absolutely make the case right now for any of the top 3. Cristopher Sanchez, Jacob Misiorowski, and Shohei Ohtani. The only reason why Paul Skeens fell back is because of his last start. But, I mean, I even see Chris Sale hanging in there. In another season, Chris Sale may be the Cy Young Award winner right now. What a race we have to the finish here. I don't know how this is going to go.
A ridiculous race, and you look a little bit further down the board, like Chase Burns is thrown to a sub-2 ERA. Kyle Harrison is thrown to a sub-2 ERA in Milwaukee. Braxton Ashcraft has been the best pitcher on the Pirate rotation. It has not been Paul Skeens. So it's a very, very deep race, but at the top, those big three, and I will throw Sale in there as well because Sale has earned that. I know he did allow 3 runs in 5 2/3 last night against the Blue Jays, but I mean, Sale has thrown like a Cy Young contender. I'm just going to look at the end of the year, to be honest with you, at 50 2/3 scoreless innings for Cristopher Sanchez. I will be looking at a scoreless month in Major League Baseball, and I will view that as the ultimate trump card. How do you beat that? Mizorowski can strike out the world. I question Ohtani's innings accumulation. With Sanchez, he's the best pitcher in baseball right now. I think it's almost inarguable.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's move to the Tigers real quick. The Tigers, we probably could have asked you 3 days ago, are they trading Skubal? Are they out of it? And then all of a sudden they make this little run here, surprisingly, against Tampa Bay, which I did not see coming. But I genuinely don't see Detroit in this long term. I think that was just a nice little bump for them. I do like their manager and I do like their team. Jack, I can't figure out why this team has been one of the worst in baseball this season.
They're waiting on the homer, man. It's as simple as that. Like they're waiting on Kerry Carpenter or Riley Green or Spencer Torkelson or Gleyber Torres to hit a home run. And sometimes you need a grand slam. Sometimes you need a 3-run homer, and it's just not coming right now. Those are the teams that are really scary. You think about Minnesota 5-6 years ago, they were just waiting on slug, and that can get you to the postseason. It really doesn't win you games in the postseason. They've got a serious decision there with Skubal. It seems like they are trending towards trading him. And if they trade him, that's the best rental trade package we have ever seen if he looks good coming off of these loose bodies and he's back in the big leagues.
Yeah, definitely so. All right, Jack, I know you got a big broadcast coming up this weekend, and so do I. So I will see you at the ballpark this weekend for the Citrus Series when the Marlins take on the Tampa Bay Rays. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we'll also watch the Just Baseball show, of course, here on SportsGrid. Thanks again for coming on.
No, it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Craig. Appreciate it.